Okay, so let's continue with our next video in our coding exercise series. So in this video, we will solve the uh, problem library find, which is on the HackerRank, and it is the easy category question. So let's read the question. Your local library needs your help. Given the expected and actual return dates for a library book, create a program that calculates the fine, if any. So basically, when you take a book from the library, so there is some date you need to return that. If you return after the due date, you need to pay some fine. So we need to calculate that fine, how much fine we need to pay, or do we need to pay any fine or not. So if the book is returned on or before the expected return date, then no fine will be charged. If the book is written after the expected return date, but still within the same calendar month and year, then the fine will be 15 hackos multiply the number of days. So it means uh, we have written the book. If like we have written the book before the return date, then no fine. If we have written the book, so we have like three options, three scenarios. One scenario is uh, we have written the book uh, within a same calendar year and within the same month. So let's suppose we have to return the book in the month of April, and we return in the month of April itself within the same calendar year, but after some few days. Let's suppose we have to return on the 5th of April, but we return on 10th of April. So which means like the month and the calendar is same. All right. So then the fine will be whatever the number of days difference multiply by 15. If the book is written after the expected return month, so let's suppose you have to return the book in April month, right? But you have written it May month, so 1 month late, or June or July or any other month, but within the same calendar year. So what will be the number of fine? So the number of months late, that is, let's suppose you have to return in the month of January and you return a month of April. So April minus January, so you can do the difference, and whatever the number of months multiply by 500. If the book is written after the calendar year, so let's suppose you have to return the book in 2024, but now it's 2025, even though you have to return the book on 31st of December 2017, but you return the book on the next day, that is the 1st of January 2018. But it's an, even though number of days uh, you miss is just one, but it's the next financial year. All right. Then you have to pay the fixed fine of like 10,000 hackos, right? And we are given six values: D1, M1, Y1, D2, M2, Y2. All right. So D1, M1, Y1 means return date. So when we actually returning it. D2, M2, Y2 means the due date, when it was due. So you could see in our question, we have integers given D1, M1, Y1, D2, M2, Y2. So basically you need to compare the integer. As an example, here if you see here, let me quickly show you. So D1 is given 14, M1 is given 7, Y1 is given 2018. So, so you return on 14th of July, but the due date was 5th of July. So did you give after the like the year is different? No. So if the year is not different, then the fourth scenario will be ignored. Did you return in the same month? Yes. So it means we have to see the number of days, the difference of 14 minus 5, 9. So 9 multiply 15, 135 will be the answer. So same thing we need to do here. So first we will check if y1 is greater than y2, which means you are returning the book. Doesn't matter how many months, doesn't matter how many days, but you are returning the next year itself, right? Or maybe not even the next year, but it could be any year, but not on the same year. So basically, if y1 is greater than y2, then you need to return fixed 10,000. L if y1 equal to y2, if y1 is equal to y2, means you are returning the book within the same year, then what are the different scenario? If M1 is greater than M2, which means you are returning the book within a same year but not in the same month, then you need to return M1 minus M2, whatever the number of months you delay, multiply by 500. You could see, for if you are returning to the next year, then or not in the same year, then a fixed fine of 10,000. If you are returning within a same year but not in the same month, then 500 multiplied by the number of months later. Okay. And if M1 equal to M2, so you are returning the book within a same year, within a same month, but D1 is greater than D2, which means you are already you are returning the book some days like late, right? Then you need to return D1 minus D2 multiply by 15. So it means you are returning the book within a same year, within a same month, but on some another day. So whatever the number of days, how many the number of days you are late, multiply by 15. The same thing we did. And return 0. Return 0 means like if none of the condition match, it means you are returning uh, um, even before the due date. Right, so let's try to run the code. So sample test case has been passed. Let's try to type all the test cases. So all the test cases works fine. So it's very simple question, nothing complicated. Even though these are not the dates, this is just the integer. So you need to compare the integer. If these are in the form of a dates, maybe then you can use the date time module to calculate the difference, or any other complex logic. But straightforward, the integers are given, you need to just compare the integers. So that's it, that's the end of the video, and thank you.